Hello,
Hello.
everybody, and we should be live. Welcome to the Academy and to One Shot Wonders, the monthly, weekly series, I guess, where we explore a new setting every month. This month is October, which means it's time to explore some spooks and some scares and some grim adventures. So here we are with this group of adventurers ready to set off into the world of Penumbra as presented by The Blood Plague by Uncountable Play and Jonathan Fry. So before we get into everything, let's just go around and we'll get everyone to introduce themselves and who they are playing, including pronouns for both themselves and the character. So let's start off with our reoccurring cast member, Sir Stalwart. Hello, Kyle.
Hi. Uh, Great to be back. So today, I'm actually not going to play a goofy character for once. I'll try anyway. It might bleed. Um, uh, I will be playing Dr. Edward Bachman, and well, he's not a doctor anymore, but he used to be a doctor. And he's he him. I'm he him. And um, yeah, Edward was used to be a doctor for a small village, and loved it. Had a lovely wife, great kids, two boys, twins, and had a great practice. Loved what he did, and as best he could in these troubled times. And I respected his community. And there was an elderly woman who lived out at the edge of the village in a manor that that didn't come down to get her medicine one day, which was pretty typical of the elderly folk. And Edward doesn't mind having his boys deliver the medicine to these people, just to keep them from hurting themselves or whatever means they have to come down. So he sent his boys off to deliver the medicine to the elderly woman. And while they were gone, he was hitting the drink as he did when he had periods of being alone. And his boys never came back. So he figured the Miss Mulberry, the elderly woman, was just having them do menial chores and stuff for her now that she had them there to help, and that wasn't uncommon as well. So he went up later in the afternoon and figured he'd go rescue his kids from the evil clutches of chores and whatever else she had them doing. And he got there and he found a gruesome sight. His Miss Mulberry was murdered and desanguinated along with his children. Um, he lost his shit, and his wife lost her shit. Um, very sad, and very sadly for her. And he just dedicated his entire life to finding out what happened to his kids. When they went up there, kind of blames himself for sending them up there. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, he's just completely dedicate himself to this one mission. He knows after his investigation, he knows that this kid's souls didn't pass. So that's another thing that he wants to not only find their murderer, but also find a way to have their souls pass so they may rest in peace.
Lovely. I just wrote as in what happened to the doctor's kids? Question mark.
Uh, yeah.
So that's going to be fun to explore this month. Next up, we have a newcomer, Michael Wayne.
Hello. Michael Wayne is the URL. But I'm playing Cookie, a bird person that loves to cook. Like, it was at one part of the Bedlam Pursuers, which would find the craziest things to hunt and kill just so they could try new and unique things. They come down here because they thought, hey, the murder crows, they're looking for a cook. Hey, I can be helpful. Oh, that ominous tone says no. Hopefully everything works out.
We'll see. Lovely, lovely. Next up, we have Sheena, or Likes the Villain. Hello.
So, I am Sheena, she, her pronouns, and I am playing Gemma, also she, her pronouns. Um, Gemma is a sorcerer who, in the world of Penumbra, was given over to the lodge at Alderheim at a very early age, um, under the guise of protecting her or teaching her how to control her powers. Um, which was not really much of the case. So she is actually on the run from them and has been hiding out in various places, using the spells that she's learned to kind of hide or protect herself from being found by the Wardens of the White Eye, um, and just protecting herself from the population at large. So she's kind of been isolated most of her life, um, and is just trying to survive this world.
Awesome. And finally, we have Edmund, or the subfather himself. You are muted.
I play Ufer. Both he and I are a he, and he is a mercenary nowadays. His village got raided, and when he was trying to save the village, well, female and kids, so to speak, the plan backfired, and he was the sole survivor. So nowadays he has to roaming as a mercenary, and at the moment he's employed by Edward.
Lovely, lovely indeed. Now, before we jump into the game, let's go through all of the plugs, as is usual here in the Academy. We have a whole bunch of social links. This place to find us over on Discord, which is a great place to learn about D&D, connect with other people in this wonderful community, as well as a Twitter and a YouTube where we upload past streams. We are also now full-time, so make sure to help support us. We have a Patreon, where you can support us for as little as $1 a month, get some cool articles and other awesome stuff. So definitely check us out and support us over there. We also have merch. So if you'd like to see the lovely Scaticus Academy logo, which is somewhere around here probably, um, either on a t-shirt or a little notebook for your one shots, definitely check out our merch store. We also have some pretty amazing sponsors who are helping us keep the show going. Bird in the Storm Publishing, you can see their links in chat now. They have some modules that'll be coming out, and we're super excited to be working with them. Also, Mage Hand Press is also sponsoring us now. You can see their dark matter system on Thursdays during Argo 37. Of course, every 10 retweets, you guys get to trigger a wild magic surge that happens among the crew here. As to what that is or what will happen, well, again, it's community suggested, so it could be anything at this point. So yes, please support us, and make sure to get sharing. And you know what? Let's see what happens. So, the Emperor is dead, and civil war has broken out across the land. A sickening plague sweeps throughout the cities and towns, slowly and brutally killing all that it touches. Fear and death lingers in the air of Penumbra. Will our adventure survive this week? Let's find out. We welcome all of you and the adventurers to the once Grand Oswald, capital city of the Midlands, the most populous region of Penumbra. World of Penumbra has gone dark and dangerous these past few years, now escalated by the death of the Emperor and this mysterious plague that has been wiping out people. Many people have come to Oswald to seek shelter, to seek a way to perhaps hide from the plague itself, though there are rumors that the plague has already reached this city. all of you have settled in the Wretched Widow's Inn. Not the greatest inn, but you get what you can get. You sit in the main room, smell of sour, stale beer that's been spilled, still kind of wrinkling your nose. A few other people dour and keeping to themselves mostly stick around here. All of you have been seated and mostly served by the widow, Willoughby, a a woman that almost looks like her face is always in a permanent scowl. She treats you fine though. So what are you guys doing within the Wretched Widow's Inn?
I think Edward would be looking over whatever he has as far as a map, and be sitting with. Do you pronounce it Hofir?
Jofur.
Jofir.
Close enough.
Yeah, sitting with Hofir. And just trying to plot out next destination. Trying to stay away from ahead of this plague, but also trying to further search for his children's killer. I mean, it's been years, so it's kind of he's beating a dead horse, but he doesn't care until he runs out of money to pay Ophir. Yeah, he'll gladly take the company, and he's just asking Ophir. I'm not very familiar with this region. Do you know what might be next best to look, sir?
Well, I must say I'm not familiar with the pass either. It's my first time actually in this capital.
Okay, good. I don't feel so fucking good. Yes, yes. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure it should be fine. I'm gonna take a sip from my beer.
Yeah, we'll just kind of relax a little bit.
Yeah, again, the widow kind of just, without really saying a word, just, slides over a couple of drinks before returning back to her work.
Appreciate it.
What about Gemma and Cookie?
Cookie probably just got done talking with the cook, finding out that the murder crows are in the area, but this isn't the place to be looking for work because they already have a cook. Probably just got done with. Hey, well, again, I'm just looking. I thought I'd be here. You got a cook here, and the restaurant, and all in a nice inn. Well.
And this cook that you've been talking to just go, if you're looking for the crows, you gotta you have to get to Arkenbury. They're not here in Ostwald. I mean, I wish I was down there. It's safer down there than here.
I know. You only work where you can get. You can't do much more than that, huh?
That's true. You should probably get back into the actual main area before
Okay. Well, thank you. Yeah. And probably just grabs an old meal, kind of on the way out, that looks like it's dead animal, not really good for eating, and just has that on a plate and just kind of nibbling on it bit by bit, and at a table or whatever nearby, just kind of
It's a little bit of a weird sight for all of you, especially if you haven't been to the southern point of Penumbra, where more where races outside of human, half elves and elves tend to come from. And what's Gemma doing?
Gemma is slouched down in her chair. She's got her cloak on, her hood pulled up, trying to kind of not being noticed while watching everyone else, like slowly nursing whatever drink she has in front of her and waving off anytime the widow comes over to freshen her drink. Like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, though. Just kind of watching everyone almost suspiciously, but more along the lines of caution than anything else.
And as you watch and your eyes kind of skip over the different patrons here for towards the strange bird person eating some questionable meat, towards the two men who are poring over a map on a table, your attention is drawn towards the door as two men and two women enter the inn together. They are all adorned in crude but, serviceable leather armor. Um, you can see that they're well armed. Um, the You can tell that they're all heavily scarred up, with a couple of them fresher than others. They push pretty aggressively into the room in basically the span of just a moment. And you hear the widow, you being close to her, go, "Bloody bounty hunters." And one of the women approaches her. And you can see this kind of snake tattoo that's coiled up from her neck onto her face. And she slams her palm down onto the bar, almost enough to make the wood splinter.
Well, that's rude.
You definitely see a couple of the bounty hunters kind of glance over at you with a very suspicious look. But this woman who had just approached the widow at the bar says, "Willowsby," and lets go of her hand to see that there is a piece of paper on there. A legal warrant. Sir Wenton's got a reason to believe that your inn here is being frequented by spies of the Order of Shadows. Another of the bounty hunters, a massive, white-bearded, one-eyed man, speaks up. "That's right, friends. This is an official interrogation. We're going to be questioning each of you blokes one at a time." As he scans the room, his eyes kind of linger on each of you. Stay quiet. Stay still if you want to stay pretty.
Yeah, and never been pretty.
I can tell.
Aww.
Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Oh. Hopefully this doesn't deter us any. Ophir, you don't have any connections to these weird people they're looking for, do you?
I never dealt with a shadow.
Okay. And maybe this will be over soon and we can be on our way.
I hope so.
You hear, if y'all kind of, are you staying still? Are you doing anything? You just kind of be like...
Yeah, we're still just chatting it up.
Sipping my beer.
Okay.
Cookie's just nibbling on this like very disgusting meat.
Yeah.
Eat a chicken.
Turkey vulture is my idea, but
It's something.
Ew.
It's something we don't know.
And better not knowing, maybe.
Oh,
Gemma
okay.
has gone very still and is half contemplating whether or not, if they've got a good enough look at her, if she can't try to cast disguise self before they actually start questioning her.
Okay. Oh, and thank you, Katie, for the advantage. I appreciate it. Okay. So as you stay still, and the other patrons in the bars immediately kind of just they freeze up. You're not sure from the command or just by fear itself.
Cookie looks very odd at this, like, "Ah?"
You the only sounds is now the argument between Widow Willisby and this bounty hunter that she's talking to. It says, "Gotta be a mistake. I assure you, this must be a rival that's showing me this. Shut up, old woman." That's kind of back and forth of, Widow Willisby protesting her innocence. You think that Gemma, you think you could disguise yourself because you see the other three starting to make their way around the room, starting with a couple of locals, you assume.
Okay. Then she'll probably go ahead and cast Disguise Self and use a sorcery point for subtle spells. So it's silent and very still. She doesn't have to use any sort of material components for it.
Awesome. Yeah. What do you disguise yourself to look like?
So normally she has kind of mousy features like brown hair, brown eyes. She kind of exaggerates it a little bit, maybe makes her skin a little more sullen looking, her hair kind of stringy, her eyes darker, just kind of subtly shifting, not too much just in case they did get a look at her, but enough that if by chance these bounty hunters have ever heard of a mage on the run, it won't necessarily be her.
All right. There is a sudden shriek as you look over and you see that the bounty hunter has clearly gotten tired of the widow, now dragging her by her hair to the center of the room.
Well, that's not right.
It's not very decent now, is it?
The bounty hunter pulls out her crossbow from her hip and points it straight at the widow's forehead, point blank.
Cookie is gonna do something stupid and ask, "Eh? Ow! Why ahead? Why not lower?"
Would anyone like to do anything?
Yeah, if she's a traitor, if she's harboring traitors, I guess Edward's gonna stay out of it. And I'm not here to judge.
Exactly. Same. I feel like I'm not gonna get involved as well because I got nothing to do with it, so to speak.
Yeah.
The bounty hunter puts a crossbow bolt straight into the widow's forehead.
Ooh.
That's getting rid of some good brain there.
Please don't eat the woman. Please.
That would be poor taste.
Yes, I'm still trying to eat over here.
I'm just saying, like, it could have been of use. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. There's no lie there. Okay, so.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Oh no, I just gotta look at whoever shot her. Just kind of. Yeah, Edward's like he looks like he's just never slept. Like he's very, very gaunt face, and he's just been through the ringer, and very pale, and yeah, he's just kind of looks up unfazed. Said the woman shot her with the crossbow. Okay,
Yeah,
then he'll
the woman shot the widow straight through.
just look up at the woman and, can we get finished with whatever it is you said you want to do so that my friend here and I can move on?
As far as I'm concerned, and as my boss is concerned, all of you, well, you're all in the guilty widow Willisby's place. No survivors, she calls out. And with that, we're going to quickly roll some initiative rolls
Clearly.
as the bounty hunters all pull out their weapons.
Awesome.
Just FYI, it's for rolling. My AC would be my Dex plus Wisdom, right?
I can't remember amongst off the top of my head.
Give me a sec. Got my player's handbook.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Always happy.
Yeah, I think their unarmored defense is
It should be correct, but I'm not sure.
Dex and wisdom.
Yes, 10 plus your dex plus your wisdom. You're right.
Modifier.
Okay.
Oh no, not one.
Well, you're going down.
All right, so it will be Gemma first, followed by Edward. Then
No.
you both got 13.
Oh, you've got. Yeah, you did. Never mind.
And then the bounty hunters, and then Cookie. All right, Gemma. You see, basically, the door is currently unguarded. However, the woman is directly in your way, the one that had just shot the widow straight in the forehead. The other three are kind of on the other side of the room, about 30 feet away.
Yeah. So, in the interest of self-preservation, Gemma is going to cast Mage Arbor on herself, just to boost her AC. May not stop a crossbow bolt through the head, but it's at least going to make it a little bit harder to hurt her. Let me see. Do I have any bonus action spells?
What does your mage armor look like?
It's tinged with shadow and blackness, so it kind of swirls around her. Swirls around her with kind of like words, kind of like her, like enveloping her like another cloak on top of her cloak.
And the rest of you spot this happening. Magic being used, which is highly unusual.
Racist an eyebrow.
In Penumbra, mages are either hidden within lodges or they are mobbed and usually killed.
It's very interesting.
That's
So you just
Anything
stand up and make yourself sparkly.
Anything else, Gemma? You want to move? Or
about how big of a space are we in right now?
it is not a huge space. Again, it's a fairly rundown inn. I would say it would be about 30 feet of movement to get to the door.
Yeah, she'll start making her way towards the door. But yeah, she'll she'll use her movement if she's not stopped to get at the door. To get the hell out of here.
Again, you will have to kind of go right by this woman, like right in her space. So you may provoke an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I'll take that risk. She's got the mage
Alright.
armor. She feels. I feel a little bit safer with it.
Cool. As you run past her, she draws her short sword and attempts to attack you with a 22.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah, that hits.
Yep. And that will be 3 points of damage
Okay.
as you feel that bite of metal into your skin. Right.
Okay. With my initiative being 4, that would be 5 in total, right? With the critical
Yes.
one?
Yes, but
Yeah.
Still going.
All right.
Yep. All right, Edward. Good doctor.
Okay, well, look over to Ulfar, and this would be very surprising if this was not the third time this month. Shall we start with her? And kind of point at the very rude woman who demanded that we all die.
Why not?
All right. So I'm gonna lean. Edward's gonna lean back on his chair, and he had his like crossbow sitting in his lap, and he's just kind of set it up on his belly and aiming at her. He's gonna use insightful fighting. He's a inquisitive rogue, so needs to make an opposing roll with her. She would have. I would do insight versus her deception check to be able to use the sneak attack even without having an ally within 5 feet.
Okay.
Sneaky.
She rolled a 13.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah,
so
she's pretty. Yeah, she's pretty hard to read.
yeah. Well, I'll just try to shoot her in the face regardless. 14 hit?
A 14 just hits.
Okay.
Nice.
Oof. I'll take the shoulder shot. I'm not ashamed.
Precisely.
Whew, boy. All right.
For 10 piercing damage. And then I'll just kind of put my feet, my boots up on the table and stay reclined in the chair and look over at Hofir. And your move, friend.
Yes, indeed. As I stand up, I will drag my hand axe. Can I throw a hand axe?
Oh yeah, you can throw
Yes.
hand axes.
I assume in the same motion as I stand up, I will throw a hand axe.
Okay. Throw that hand axe.
Well, I will miss because that's a 10.
Yep, that's a miss.
And then I will pick up my battle axe. I was standing leaned up to the table.
Okay.
30 degrees to the left would have done it. Next time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, and this woman, she cries out in pain as the crossbow bolt goes into her shoulder, which kind of turns from a cry of pain to a cry of anger. As and that's what causes, as she turns around to see what's happening, that's what causes her to be like, oh, X. Which it is the bounty hunter's turns. Well, one of these bounty hunters is going to kill some of these innocent patrons who they're peasants and they don't really have anything to defend themselves. So it goes down a couple of people.
Isn't that rude? Killing the unarmed.
The woman shouts at the other, "Get those two!" As the other two start heading towards Edward and Yoher. Into which she is going to turn to Gemma and try to attack her again with a 19
Looks
and
like
a
we got a new
6.
friend.
Yeah, the 19 will hit.
All right. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Slashes at you again. The two are going to head up to your table, Edward and Yofer, and they're going to attack. So that's going to be 2 short sword, 14 and nat 20 on Edward.
Okay, so I'll slide my chair over for the first one. AC 15, so I'll dodge that one.
Okay.
And like,
Uh,
whatever. And then
Yeah.
not even
and-
see the other one coming from the other side.
Exactly. You're catching the other one. You slide into catching that one.
Yeah.
It's getting fucking cocky there.
You should never get cocky.
Yeah. 2d6 plus
It's gonna sting.
2. So that's 8 points of damage to you, Edward, as an
Okay.
8 and a 15 at Yofer.
I dodge and I block it with my shield.
Nice. Oh, thank you, Mythomatic, for the raid. Welcome to the Blood Plague, where things are already going pretty battle heavy here. Thank you.
Good TPK is wanted.
Appreciate it. Okay. And now it is Cookie's turn.
Okay. First thing she does is she snaps out the talons, and before going with it's unarmored attack, I believe, right? Which is 1d6 plus 4 is what I need to roll, correct? Or
But first you have to do an attack roll.
oh, okay. Sorry, not used
worries.
to this format, so it's trying to look at the sheet and to remember what I have to attack with. Okay. And roll 20 is being slow, of course.
It does
Oh.
happen sometimes.
I know. While we wait, while it loads.
All right. I can roll it if.
Yeah. It's
What's
like-
your dex?
18.
Okay, that's a plus.
So plus 4.
4. Plus those. No, that's high. Okay. With the proficiency. 11 will not hit this bandit, unfortunately.
Okay. Now I believe I can go for a second attack to do the same thing, correct? Normally?
If monks do have multi-attack, then yes.
At level
are you-
5,
Yes,
so
we do. Okay, so 14 will just hit. So how much damage is it again?
normally it does 1d6 plus 2, and then again has to be done again because the talons for slashing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
because I think it's either it counts as slashing or piercing damage. The talons.
All right.
Slashing.
Slashing. Very nice. Which one are you attacking? The one that's attacking the innocents? The one attacking the table with the 2 men? Edward and
Just
Lisa?
whichever's closest to the Cookie. She's just going to just go with whoever's closest because she's being lazy.
The bird?
Probably the woman that shot the widow in the center of the room. So you go, yeah, you just go and you slash her with your claws. Very nice.
The
All
bird's
right.
going ham.
Hell yeah. All right, Gemma.
Yeah, so Gemma's hurt and she's kind of pissed off about it, and she's gonna cast Shatter,
Whew.
and she's gonna probably cast it. Give me a sec here. Come on. Give me a second. She's gonna cast it at a 3rd level for extra damage. So this is gonna affect everyone within a 10-foot radius. Why is it not rolling? Give me a sec. Let me pop it back in and pop it back out.
Roll 20, please.
Exactly. Roll 20. Why?
Roll 20 is the.
Oh, here we go.
It's free, I guess.
You can pay
So
for it.
everyone within a 20-foot radius has to make a, not 20, 10-foot radius has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so that's definitely going to count the woman. It also is probably going to count Cookie, as Cookie is right in there. And it's just going to get the 2 that are attacking Edward and Yofres. It's that the
So
2.
Ufer and Edward is out.
Yeah, you guys would be just out of range of it.
Excellent.
Oh,
Saved.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it shatter the chair underneath me.
Wait.
Constitution, is that wisdom or charisma?
There's a Constitution.
Constitution is Constitution.
saving throw.
Okay, well, one of the bandits rolled a net 20.
Yeah.
The other's 18, and the other's a 9. Cool.
So on the 2 that beat the DC, they take half damage. So it's why didn't
11.
11 plus
Okay.
1 extra 1d8. So the full amount would be 25. So they'll take half of that.
All right. Even with that is
It hurts.
the woman that was in front of you and attacking you, and that had Cookie on her, just ends up. What does it look like when she dies?
Oh man. So it's thunder damage. So I imagine it kind of hits her like a rolling wave, except there's no visible water, there's nothing there, and it just kind of bowls her over to the floor.
The Kung Fu hustle scene with the piano?
I guess. And the one attacking Edward manages to stay on his feet, though even like the concussive blast, you can see the blood running out of his nose. And the one that was attacking Yofer just goodbye.
He flies away.
Kind of seeing the 2 die and the 1 bloodied, she just kind of grins like, yeah. She's kind of happy about the damage she's caused.
Calculated.
Very nice. Cool. Edward, you've got one real bloodied guy in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't I need to roll to avoid?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Okay, because it should be, I think 10. Is it, or
Well,
is
if
it
you've
12?
if you've got your character sheet open, if you just
I know it's being low.
okay. So yeah, you would roll a d20 plus your Constitution modifier, and then your proficiency bonus if you are proficient in Constitution saves, which I don't think monks are.
Nope, they are not. It is just a flat R20.
Okay. I can roll for that. For you, which is a 3.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You take 25 points
Ouch.
of thunder damage.
Of internal bleeding.
Yeah. Whew, boy.
So it is
Cookie just kind of looks like a lot of her hair feathers in her like face have just disappeared. They're floating in the air. Just
And Simolt.
It's Molt.
Ruffled.
All right. Edward.
And Kiana's robots.
Hmm?
You were a robot there for a bit.
Oh,
Better now.
okay.
Yes, he's back normal.
Yeah. Just half standing there because my chair went up.
Finish
Really, just very stunned over that whole explosive display.
So does that mean that the bird is a traitor? Is that why she did that?
I'm not entirely sure.
How
Anything
about
is possible.
I'll just try to kill one of the ones that we are sure about.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll work on it.
I think that the ones within 5 feet of me, right? He's still alive, Kiana?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll draw short sword and attack him. Or not short sword, rapier. My apologies.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm just sorry.
that's not how you do it.
I'm still very distracted.
You're
Clearly.
still shook by the chair exploding.
Exactly.
I think that witch is going to kill us all. Especially that one. Yeah, she's going to kill that one first.
So, I guess I took a stab at the guy, and I will bonus action disengage
Yep.
and
Smart move.
kind of back up towards Hofer, and
This one over here.
Yeah,
So-
I'm on it.
So
Don't you
quick.
worry.
So quick. Thank you.
Okay. I'll be back in literally a second. I just need to do something.
Run, Forrest, run.
okay.
Let's kill everyone in the inn now.
Exactly. Damn, son.
Well, my character's only at 3 health right now, so
Yeah, true, but still.
Don't
Like-
We'll
Yeah.
get you.
like all's Cookie was there was for looking for work. She did not expect to get into a fight.
Sorry, Cookie.
You should always expect a fight.
Everywhere you go here.
All right, Ilfer, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I will finish off the one standing
All right.
with a battle axe in his head, hopefully. That's 14.
14 just hits.
Just hits. I will do damage. That will be 13 damage.
Ooh, okay, how do you murder this guy?
Well, take a big swing and just hit just right into his forehead, more or less.
Very nice. And there's that kind of sound of, that sound. As you pull your blade away again.
Yep.
All right. Well, it's the single bounty hunter's turn, who is just killed a bunch of people, but now kind of turns and sees.
The threat.
Cookie just is waving her hands. It's just
So, gonna take out the gonna take out the crossbow
Ooh.
and shoot it at Yofer, who had just, straight up killed one of these guys. With a 10 though, so no.
No.
And gonna take the other one and aim it at Gemma with a 23.
Ooh.
Oh, God, dang it.
Yeah, I got no luck.
With only 2 points of damage though.
Well,
Oh, okay, that's
some
not
luck.
bad.
And it basically
Not
just kind of
bad.
as it basically just kind of goes just through your clothes and enough to kind of nick you. All right. Cool. Cookie.
okay. Would go for 2 attacks with the Talon and Talon hands. I believe it's unarmored strikes is the thing. which should be 1d6 plus my dex modifier, correct?
Gotta roll attack first, though.
Okay. And so that
You can just click the
would
attack
be
if you want to.
the
So it's a d20 plus your dex modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
yeah, which I'm not. So that would be acrobatics then.
No.
Okay, it's the proficiency that keeps throwing me off. So I'm not sure what that would be.
But if you watch your sheet, you have your unarmed attack, and next to that you have a number that says attack. That's the number that you're
Okay, so
using
just
that
+7.
attack.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want me to roll that again because roll 20 is being a butt, I can do that. Or if you can get roll 20 to work on your end.
Oh shite! Like I did +6 instead of +7.
Well, that's it. Still, that
Yes,
will
add
still
one.
hit.
We can just add that.
Just add one. It's not that
Yeah.
hard.
Yep. All right. That definitely hits. So you can roll for damage as you.
Well, because again, I have to do it again because it's 2 strikes, right? Or if am I
Okay.
wrong on that?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Because there's no one else except this one guy, right?
Right.
D20 plus 7.
The 12 will not hit. So the first one will. So you can roll the damage for that.
Okay, and that's last roll. 1
D6 plus 4.
6 plus 4, and then I gotta do the same thing again because it's slashing with the talons, correct?
Only one of them hit, right? So only one thing of damage?
Yes, but that would be regular damage, and then slashing with the talons.
It
If
doesn't.
I
It
remember
doesn't.
correctly.
It doesn't
Doesn't
stack.
stack.
Oh, okay.
It's either one or the other. Whichever one's higher usually is what you go with.
They are the same.
Well, then, yeah, it's even easier.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Correct,
and
you
again,
can
I
want to
keep
do blood
forgetting. I
slashing.
keep thinking 1d6.
No worries.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like you did it right. Everything looks
Yeah,
good.
So
Is
you,
it still
okay.
standing?
He is still standing. However, you have dealt a mighty blow as you.
Then I am going to use a key point here to do Fury of Blows,
Very nice.
which, if I understand correctly, I just roll the attack with that.
Yep, you roll
Or
the
is
attack
this-
again. It's a unarmed
Okay.
strike. So again, whatever. Your unarmed strike is.
1d20
20
plus 7.
That's 2 unarmed strikes. That's a bonus attack.
Yeah.
But only one made a hit, so. Oh.
No, you can make an additional two because you
Yeah,
get
you got it.
The flare of blows, you make 2 more unarmed strikes. That's a bonus
one
attack.
with your correct. One with your bonus action and one with your key point. So more than likely you're gonna slash him up.
Yeah.
Hit, definitely.
Ooh,
No,
well, that's
no,
not
that
right.
is
Well,
a.
Unless
that
you
is
roll
a
one.
roll
No, hold on.
that's
you-
not right.
Parsed it wrong. There's a space between the 1 and the D. Try that again.
Sorry about that, DM.
No worries.
Dang it.
If it's
Why
easier,
don't you?
there.
Because I keep.
If it's easier, there's a dice roller on the left side of roll 20. Do you see that there's little tabs on the left side? There's a picture of a D20.
No, I don't see it. Like, are you talking about the thing underneath the power signal?
Yeah, it looks like a power signal, but it's a snap to center. Yeah, it looks like a D20. If you click on that, it pops up a dice roller. If you want to just, when it opens up the dice roller, it'll show you all the different dice. If you click on that D20, that's all you have to do. It'll roll a D20, and then you can just add 7. We can just add 7 without having to type it, if that's easier for you.
Okay, like I just didn't know, because again, Roll20 is not what I'm familiar with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's all about
No
finding the
worries.
easiest way to make it easy for you.
It is still slow because I just click on monk on armed attack. Otherwise,
Mhm.
it should be fine.
Yeah, Kiana, Michael.
Yeah, it's just being slow because like
Okay, that's fine.
roll.
Here, let me just in the character sheet. A 17 will hit, and so will the 20. So, how do you kill this guy? Because no matter what damage you do,
Okay, this looks like Fist of the North Star, where Cookie's going, and then just when it stops, like the entire body just kind of like falls to the ground. Kind of like all the muscles and everything contracts inward, and then he just like falls to the ground. And like blood will fall out of whatever orifices he has.
yeah, there is a lot of blood seeping into the wood floor of this inn. And there's a moment of silence. And as the last of this bounty hunter falls, Gemma, as you arrive by the door, you hear the door open, and a Ostwald guardsman stands, absolutely shocked as he takes in the sight of carnage that is just happening here. He doesn't really seem to be, listening to any of you, as he just kind of goes, by the light of St. Ottoman, shadow assassins! And he gasped and slams the door shut in your face, Gemma. A moment later, a shrill horn sounds from the streets outside, and is quickly answered by several other horns.
Shall we make a quick exit in the back, Edward?
Cookie just follows.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm still very shocked over all this.
Well, we don't really have time to be shocked. We need to get out of here, I would say. Our guardsman just blew the horn. I don't like it.
Yes. Yeah, I think we're gonna get lumped into whatever this was. I think. Do you? I'm gonna kind of like whisper to Hofer. Do you think she's a shadow assassin? The lady
really.
with the lady.
All I know is he's a mage, and I don't know what how to feel about that.
While they're talking between themselves. While they're talking.
Calm down. Everybody relax. Everybody relax.
While they're talking between themselves, Gemma will she kind of keeps her head down, but like eyes like all of the other patrons in the inn get out, and you didn't see any of us. Understood?
The couple of remaining survivor patrons kind of they nod, eyes very wide. I need you to make me an intimidation check. You get it with advantage because you are a mage who is just performing magic in front of these people. Yeah, they are. They will leave.
Fair enough.
Very, very commanding.
She kind of relaxes a little bit. Her shoulders kind of sag down, and she just kind of like, not out loud, but like kind of internally berating herself for using her magic in front of people because she knows better.
Right.
Excuse me, miss. If you want, we're gonna go out this way. You can come protect. Follow us. We're gonna, find a safe way out of here before we get lumped into, heresy
Guards.
and yeah.
Guards. We don't like guards. We don't have to.
Don't like guards either.
I'll look down at the bird person. Ma'am, are you okay? You look.
I could take a potion.
Yes.
Ow,
I'm sorry. I don't have any.
That was more just an attack out of adrenaline.
Well, you better you best get up. We need to go, because if not, they're gonna come in.
Well, they're gonna go in anyways, but we don't want to be here when they do.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm more of a dodge and get away, flutter away.
Okay. That sounds like a very sound plan. Yeah.
That is the plan.
Flee is, yeah. It's all kind of lumped into flee.
Exactly.
Yes. Edward's gonna head to the back door.
Yuffie is gonna follow suit.
And Gemma's right with them.
If there's any drinks or anything along the way, Cookie just grabs it and drinks it, like just in kind of going like, I'm gonna die. I better get a drink in anyways.
Before we head out, I do pick up the axe I threw.
All right. Yeah, you pull it out of the wood.
Yeah, exactly.
Right next to the body of a slain innocent.
Okay. So what do we see when we exit the back of the building?
As you exit out, you will find yourselves right by the edge of the dockside, or the dockside district rather, a overpopulous area of Ostwald. Are you guys trying to find safety within Ostwald, or are you going to try to find a way out?
So, Edward, where do you want to go now?
Someplace to rest, get some health. That'd be good.
Yes, I took a shot too. I think she's not doing very well. Does anybody know this town and where to go, how to get out?
No, I just came in here looking for a job. The Murder Crows, like they're looking for a cook as far as I knows. And Murder Crows, the birds, cook, win-win here. Like I'm a cook, I'm a bird.
Yeah, makes sense.
I just like cooking.
You might want to clean up before your interview, though. That you look a little
Roughed up.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So
Well,
I guess
I gotta find the Murder Crows first, but yeah.
Maybe I'll use eye for detail and try to investigate to look for any way that would look like a somewhat shady way to get out of here.
And I'm looking out for guards.
Okay. Yes, you can make me some investigation checks then.
Okay.
Dang.
Decent.
Very nice. So you notice that as soon as you step out, well, there are a lot of guards around, and not just guards, but also the same kind of people that had come into the inn, the bounty hunters.
So there are more bounty hunters outside?
Yeah, not directly outside, not as if they were waiting for you, but you can see, even as you kind of just glance over, you know, okay, there's a couple of those people hanging right out by the corner of that building. There's, a few guards that are.
But if they are to our right, we will turn left or vice versa.
Yeah, so they're not directly there. They're probably about 50 feet away from you.
Yeah, anyways, but if they are that way, we go that way. The other way.
You would if you went to your left, they'd be right there.
Exactly. We go right. If that's a possibility.
Yes. Indeed it is. And as you kind of look, you remember when you were entering into Ostwald that basically there was another entrance in and out of the city, the South Gate, which requires you to cross through the dock side, unless you wanted to try to head to the docks proper, into the city proper, and then to the Southern Gate.
I first want to get up in Gemma's face, not rudely, but just get close and kind of look at her. Are you the reason why they're here?
No.
You about exploded an entire building. Kind of seems like what they're looking for.
She's just going to touch one of her wounds and get her hand bloody and hold it up.
That's disgusting. Sorry.
I don't like people
Call that disgusting?
touching me.
Okay. Yeah, yes, I don't blame you. I'm not fucking touching you. Don't worry. I wouldn't dare after all that. Yeah, I'm just saying they're looking for something, and I'm not it, and he's not it. And
I ain't it.
yeah, she don't look like she's it. So, just trying to eliminate possible backstabbing, killing me in my sleep, and any other variety you decide to do to us.
My experience when it comes to these, it's the zealots. Yeah? It isn't the common, people they're going after. And I may not be the smartest bird here, but it looked like she was trying to hide. Good point. But she seemed to be hiding. So it might not have been her. It's an inn. A lot of people go in and out, and I know where many people roost. Many people are gonna go and find, looking for some eats. So I think she just happened to be there. Again, this is a zealots here. Whereas they go after anyone. They see it more as a witch hunt, more than anything else. They don't care what you are. They just care it's a witch and kill you, which ain't right. Huh? Any faith that is for working with the community and helping it out or holy in any ways would not be like that. I just think she's just passing by, just like the rest of us.
I hope so. I really do.
I believe her.
Her first move, what was that? It was mage armor. If, and I say if she was to be on the attack, wouldn't that be her first move? Or to rather than
Yes. Good point. Okay.
Potentially.
Okay. So, do either of you, madams, know where to go? Where are you heading anywhere in particular? My friend and I are just kind of out and about.
Clearly.
that inn was the first stop looking for the murder crows? Huh? Like an inn. I know they're in the area. I think they said town a bit off. From here is where the murder crows are.
Oh, what town was that?
They're in Arkenberry.
Okay. Is that
I've
just
seen
safe?
them crossing through the forest.
Is that a
Sounds
safe
ominous.
town? Is Arkenberry a safe town?
It's a town.
It ain't here.
Is any place safe nowadays? Really?
It's a very fair
Your friend
assessment.
isn't wrong.
You would have heard some rumors on the road that Arkenbury, the home of Arkenbury Cathedral, and the mysterious murder of crows, is a safe haven, as much as possibly Oswald is. But the other point is that they have possibly a cure for the blood plague. Speaking of, good doctor, you would know that open wounds are very conducive for the plague.
Oh, well. Can't be having a festering bird person carrying avian flu around now, can we? I'll go over to Cookie and I'll show her like a little pack of medical supplies. I'm just going to try to patch you up. No scratching, no pecking, please. And try to use the herbalism kit just to stem any bleeding and actively bleeding open wounds that she may have.
Okay, roll me a medicine check or with a medical herbal kit if you have that.
Yeah.
With a 12, it's going to be slowed down for now, but it's not a permanent solution.
Okay. This is the best I can do with what I have on me. I hope it helps.
Not to be rude, doctor, but we need a proper doctor, if you get what I mean. Or a
Yes.
proper place, anyways, to take care of the wounds.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor anymore. I'll just keep the stuff on hand. Oh, okay, let's move on to whatever that town was that we were just talking about.
The V place.
Yes.
Arkenbury.
Out of here, yes. Let's just get out of Ostwald. It's not going to get better.
Okay.
Well, it's not going to get worse as well, I guess.
Yes, so there are a few routes that you can think of. Again, one is to head towards just straight through the dock side district towards the south gate. Another, you think you'd have to, try to circumvent. Again, dockside district is one of the most populous areas. And as you've seen, it's quite overrun with guards and bounty hunters. You can also try to, perhaps use the docks in some way. You can see ships and boats here. Or you could try to navigate the many back streets and see where those take you.
If we use the back streets, can I use my history? Like, just kind of like the study of areas. Use with my history, maybe I can figure out the best route to go.
Sure, yeah. You want me that to check?
Okay, should be +7, correct?
Yeah, and you can also roll it straight off of your character sheet as well.
Just click on the actual
Appropriate
word.
skill.
I've hit enter already. It's just waiting for that to load.
Back streets, back. All right.
Your history would actually be a +6 because you have a +3 to intelligence if I'm looking at your sheet right.
Yes, but it's a proficiency. Like, that's what I was looking at, which
Right.
is
With-
+7.
No,
with a
proficiency is plus. Sorry, Kiana.
No worries. A proficiency is a additional +3 on top of whatever. So your
So
history would be intelligence plus your proficiency bonus. So 3 plus a 3 is 6.
Huh, I wonder why on my sheet it says 7 next to history.
Not sure.
But
Uh,
I'll just do +6 since that's what you said.
It says
Okay.
6 history for me when I'm
oh,
looking
there
at
we
the
go. 19.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. Yeah, you think, and you kind of survey around, and you kind of think about, okay, how are these cities usually built? Sprawling as they, poorly planned as these larger cities often are. You think your back streets will take you towards a cemetery, which will certainly be quieter than anything around here, and will be in the right direction if you want to head towards the south gate.
Well, we go. If I think how this plan is, like street is, we go down this alley, and then we end up at the cemetery, and it should be closer to where we're wanting to go.
Kind of cemetery? That doesn't seem very
It's
advantageous.
quiet.
The
Mhm.
dead aren't
It's
going to pose
away.
any risk to you.
And it's open. We can see where everyone's coming from.
And they can see us.
Yeah, true. But it allows for us to see them coming and get away. Yeah.
It's away
Potentially.
from the guards.
Okay.
But as
Alright,
long as it's away from the guards, I can agree on it then.
Yeah, it's true. Whatever's there can't be worse than them. So, yeah, temporary fix? Sure. Let's head to
Yeah.
the cemetery.
Yeah. And I got an idea. I'll use my wings around Yellow Mage, and that way it'll look like I got my wings closed, and we're just walking as two people and a weird bird. That sound like a good idea?
That would make you look very large, wouldn't it?
And a bird is still
I'm-
very eye-catching.
Yeah, but again, they'll just see a bird and 2 guys versus 4 people. Hmm?
It could work, but I'm doubtful.
No, I'm good. Don't touch me.
Okay.
I would listen to her.
Yes, I would do the opposite of touching her, because, yeah, we saw how that worked out.
Exactly.
All right.
So-
You guys delve back in towards the quieter back alleys of Ostwald. As you wind through them, I'm gonna need all of you to make me a stealth check.
Oh, and that 20.
Okay.
23 for me.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Dang it. Do I have disadvantage on that because of charisma, or?
No.
That is a dex roll.
Oh, okay. So plus 5 then, right? No, because it's 18.
18 is a +4.
Okay.
Plus proficiency.
No,
If
not
you're-
proficient.
He's a monk. He must be proficient in dexterity.
But not stealth.
Ah, true. Never mind.
Yeah, so +4. Very nice. Okay. As you guys sneak around, you definitely can see, as through the intersections of these streets, people, bounty hunters that seem to be lurking by, but all of you collectively manage to stick closer to the shadows and stay quiet and unseen.
That's the important part.
And as you continue down, even like the sounds of the city gets quieter as you enter into a open space. You see what is a small cemetery, but more importantly, you see a cathedral. What must have been a grand building at some point has now crumbled in many places. The stone weathered and worn by the years and the wind. And you see a few people look like to be mostly beggars or homeless who linger around the entrance
Looks like we got a new
of this place.
friend.
None of them armed, and all of them kind of divert their eyes as you approach.
Well, I will avoid them and just continue through.
Yes.
We can't be having them give our position away.
Like Cookie, as she's walking by, just gives us a small bow to each one, just kind of like being polite, quiet, and then moving on.
Okay. They don't respond in turn, but they don't seem to consider it as a hostile
more for-
action either.
It's more for Cookie being polite.
Would you guys like to enter into the cemetery, into the cathedral?
No, I guess you're gonna head through the cemetery, but I'm not interested in the church.
Okay.
Unless we're gonna tend to wounds in there, but I'm not sure. Up to the doctor.
Well, I doubt these.
I'll take anything. Huh?
I doubt they have anything for you there, ma'am.
Well, due to the state of it, I'm doubtful it's gonna be a very good place to tend to wounds.
So let's move through the cemetery and
Yes. Yes, Person.
exit of this ever-growing, horrid place.
As you walk through, what are your passive perceptions, everybody?
14.
Okay.
39. Oh, sorry. wrong stat.
Edward can see everything.
He can see the future.
Edward sees all.
Sorry, that healing kit I had out earlier had cocaine in it, and I out. See,
Edward can also taste colors and smell sounds.
it smells very yellow.
My passive is 17.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
14 for me.
Perception would be wisdom, right? So just 2?
Well, your passive perception is going to be 10.
Or no, 14.
Yeah. Okay. Gemma, you are the one that catches out of the corner of your eye a white figure standing at the entrance of the cathedral that disappears inside again.
Wait.
What is
Everyone
it?
wait.
What was it? Did you see a plot hook?
God damn it, Kyle!
Well, that's not 39 perception.
Someone other than beggars in that cathedral.
Hostile or
Well,
friendly?
they're probably a priest. Often a priest sticks longer than it should. Think it's like sailors that go down with the ship. Some pastors and priests, they're like that too. If it's still standing, they're still there.
That ship seems like it went down a long time ago. Why are we stopping for this, ma'am?
I thought we're walking and we're talking here.
Yeah, but she said she saw something, and I don't want to leave her
Is it something
behind.
you want to investigate, or shall we press on?
Go on. I'd like to heal sometime quick. Yeah.
right, maybe we could walk over there and see if there's a healer amongst the people.
Sold.
Someone who
I'm
can
with you.
catch us up better.
Okay. Yes, I suppose.
It could be a clerk if you're lucky.
So many risks.
I'm barely hanging on here. I'll go with anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's very wounded. So, all right, we'll take the time. No need for us to be bleeding out on the trail.
Yeah.
All
Heading
right,
to the
okay.
church then.
The church.
All right, you head to the rundown cathedral, which even as you get closer seems to be even more forlorn than you originally thought. You see graffiti plastered
I'm very
up,
cautious at these moments.
yeah, on the sides, and the doors open a bit as you approach.
It seems like we are expected. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
I doubt they've had some way of automating the doors.
Now
Eh,
let's not discredit their not intuition, whatever word I'm looking for.
Ingenuity.
it could be the wind.
Yeah. So go
The wind.
go find the healer. Kind of push Cookie ahead a little bit. Go find the healer, and that way we can you can get healed up, and we can be on our way.
Okay. And Cookie just goes in going, Sanctuary, please!
I'm gonna put my
Keep
arm
your
in
voice
front of
down. You're not even sure what's in there.
I'm gonna put my arm in front of Hofir, just to kind of stop him, and we stop walking.
You might want to let her go ahead with this one. This is
Yeah, I would say so.
stand back here and watch.
Let's see what happens.
Cookie is just kind of like, "Ah," as she walks in, just kind of looking for, for any faith here, I'd like assistance, fellow ally, shelter of the faithful, please.
Yes. As you enter in to this rundown cathedral, your voice echoes throughout this empty main chamber. The white figure, rather now that you spot a man dressed in all white armor, stands by a makeshift fire at the end of this chamber. Turns and nods and says, "Come in."
Ah, thank you. And Cookie just goes over the closest possible to the fire, and the person in white just kind of like, so, I'm hurting. Can you help any?
He kind of glances over your wounds and I will try my best. Are they with you?
I'll take anything.
Gemma's gonna linger just inside the doorway, kind of watching what this figure in white does.
He kind of goes over to one of what must have been one of the pews and pulls out a crate, opens it and pulls out what looks like to be medical supplies. I see. Heads over and starts helping Cookie.
Cookie uses like one of her incense and just has it lit, uses a fire to light it so that way it's nearby.
Wow, maybe this is legit after all.
potentially.
Still-
I'm keeping guard at the door, just keeping an eye out to the outside.
I'm watching all the parishioners, seeing what all the other folk are doing.
Again, like the other people that are in here seem to be the downtrodden, those who kind of slipped through the gaps. Many people who are missing limbs, who haven't bathed in who knows how long, but you can smell them. A few children, wide-eyed, watching you as you enter into the space. They keep their distance, watching, not with any hostility, but more like caution, fear.
I'd like to Take-
Can I make a religion check just to see what religion of this place?
Sure. You're not sure. It's so run down that it's hard to pinpoint anything that could give off, what particular religion this belonged to. It doesn't even seem like this is truly a holy place anymore, as it is just, a place where people have sought sanctuary.
take my extra pair of Crocs out of my bag and give them to one of the children. One with 2 feet, preferably. Yes.
I have to make
I-
sure.
Does the kid look at the Crocs and go like, "No thanks, man"?
Oh, listen, when I got these, they were in style. Please.
They were never in style.
No. Say such things. Medical.
Yeah, as you lean down to give the shoes, like this small child and older sibling kind of shrink, as if afraid that you are going to hurt them.
No, it's okay. Here,
I'll lay them down like on the floor.
for your feet. It's okay. Not, it's okay.
And then I'll back away, like on non-threatening.
They kind of look at you, and the older one will lean over and take the shoes, not quite ever, letting you leave their gaze as they pass the pair of shoes to their sibling. Gives you a small smile.
Yeah, I'll smile back and then just walk back over and continue paying attention to everything else.
The stranger patches up your wounds, Cookie, enough to stop the bleeding.
So, 1 hit point.
You can roll a hit die for me if you'd like.
So that should be 1d6.
Okay.
Correct?
D8 for you.
Monks
D8. 1d8
are-
for monks.
Yeah.
and then plus your Constitution modifier if you have one.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay.
The figure kind of now turns to the rest of you. Kind of has a very open posture. Says, nothing to be afraid of. You are safe from the nights outside.
Just a big misunderstanding, really. We were just leaving. Thank you for patching her up. She's looking better already.
If you're hoping,
Blessings to your faith.
if you're hoping to get through Ostwald with your name, or rather your faces, being targeted, by not just the knights, but from what I hear from these people, the bounty hunters, you won't make it very far.
Why would you say that?
Zealots.
Kind of looks at all of you. You, not all of you, blend in well with the regular populace.
I'm coming back in. I'm closing the front door and coming back into the main chamber.
Okay.
I just heard the murder crows were looking for a cook. That's about it. I'm a bird. They're a bird. I'm a cook. They need a cook.
You have, well, you will have to get to Arkenbury to do that. You'll either have to cross through the forest or you will have to take a few weeks to get around it. But first you have to, well, leave this place, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Has anyone made it out of the city?
Indeed. Can certainly do so. I have helped people get out.
Are you willing to do the same for us?
If you seek my help, I can certainly provide it.
What do you want in return?
Nothing. I simply do it to help those that need it.
Cookie bows and thanks.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
Full of shit.
Yeah, I kind of want to do the same, actually.
Oh, so I had something in my eye. The feather allergies.
I had 8 on insight.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't, like, it's hard to read this guy.
Clearly.
I'm sure, as long as you're not going to develop any sort of requirements mid-stride. Kind
Kind of.
sir.
Looks found.
May I say a prayer for your God and thanks?
He kind of smiles and says, as much as I take sanctuary as well as the people under my protection here, in this once holy place, I am not one of God's myself. I appreciate it, though. If we are to get you out of Ostwald...
Many thanks to you. Yeah. We all try in our own way.
Nods. If we're to get you out of Ostwald, it must be under the veil of night. You can rest here if you would like. Clear that all of you have gone through some scrapes. Looks over at Gemma.
He gives the scrapes. For real. Okay, well, I mean, if this is all legit and on the up and up, we could rest a little bit, wait for nightfall, and take this kind and completely generous and genuine man here up on his offer to completely and utterly, without requirement, take us out of the city. Completely.
What hour do we have and how long to nightfall?
It will be... you even with the kind of the gray dismal weather outside, you think it's probably about early afternoon. there's going to be a few hours.
I'm gonna go lay on a pew and put my hat over top of my face and try to relax a little bit. Knowing that Hofer has my back,
Yeah, exactly.
compensated well. No
Not being
one's gonna-
not being restless enough, I will stand guard, so to speak.
Gemma will try to find some unoccupied space in one of the pews, just away from everyone, just kind of huddling up. Not even really resting, kind of watching
Cookie-
everyone else.
Cookie, he does a silent prayer to her god for safe travels, and offers up like to the man if he needs any help in prayer or anything before taking a rest herself.
Okay. You can all take a short rest as you wait for night to fall. During this time, this man who introduces himself as Cleo Chambermore does what seems to be going around, taking out a few of the crates, passing out the medical supplies, food, to the various squatters here. As he does his rounds, he'll come and sit by you, Gemma, for a moment.
Yes.
Are you all right being here so far from the fire? Nobody will harm you here. You can get closer if you would like.
My experience close is not good. I'll stay here, thank you.
Kind of nods. I am sorry to hear that you have not had good experiences.
Who does in this world anymore?
Looks around at the squatters. I suppose that is true, but I do my best to help those that have gone through and have nothing.
If you cause no harm, then you at least have my respect.
I appreciate that. If there is anything I can do for you before nightfall, let me know.
I will. Thank you.
He stands up and continues. And as he gets over to Yofer and Edward. Anything I can do for you, gentlemen?
It's up to you, Edward. I'm good anyways.
My hat off my head after hearing him. A pillow. Do you have a pillow?
I'm afraid I do not. I can't help but notice that it appears neither of you are from around here.
No.
You have a map sticking out of your pocket.
It's rather big. I was hoping to get the travel economy size, but parchment really doesn't fold that well. Yes, we're just traveling.
just traveling through the Midlands.
Yes, it's the destination highway of any good vacation. You have to travel through the Midlands. I'm sorry. I get nervous in broken down cathedrals. It's a habit of mine. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, we're fine. Appreciate it.
If there's any information you seek, I may know. Just ask.
Well, I mean, there has been a question. It's been on my mind for a little while now. Do you know of any people, group, creature, etc., that likes to suck the blood out of people? Not like a vampire. I know we all know what those are. But like all the blood, every fucking bit of it. Do you know of any things that do that?
I can't say I have.
Most people don't. Okay. Just a question. It's been on my mind.
That is quite a question.
Yeah, you know, we all have our hobbies.
That's one kind of a hobby.
No morbid curiosities.
Yeah,
Just asking for a friend.
yeah. It's just like that song that's stuck in your head. You know, you just can't get it out of there till you get the answer or remember the verse. So, yeah, that's it. That was my only question, really.
I see. I hope that you find whatever information you seek.
Oh, I will.
Whatever.
One day, one on a day.
Yes. All right. Again, if you need anything before we leave, let me know.
You got it.
Hofer's got me.
But that's what you paid me for.
Yes.
Looks
Strong.
and kind of nods. And then he, Cleo walks off.
Put my hat back on my head. And continue to rest.
Okay. The hours kind of go on, both lasting forever and no time at all, as there are very few windows in this great cathedral. Again, hard to discern time of day with constant gray. It is sometime during the night when Cleo suddenly rises from his place before the fire. And says, well, gather your things. Time. We'll be taking you to Smuggler's Run. There should only be a few guards patrolling near the passage this time of night.
With a few guys, shouldn't be a problem.
There should be few.
Anything I can help with before we leave?
I do not think so. We should leave with great haste.
Haste is a good word I like.
Sooner the better.
Nods. Well, and he kind of pulls his cloak around himself and starts headed towards the doors.
Well, Hofer, we get to be, what did they say, smugglers? We get to be smugglers today.
I would say we would be smuggled.
Yes, I think we're the smuggled, not the smugglers.
So would that make us the
It's semantics.
smugglies?
It's semantics,
Smugglies.
potentially. It's semantics. Doesn't really matter.
That's true. Very true.
We're a bird in the bush.
Gonna make a wonderful smuggly cookie. Whew.
All right.
Okay.
Do you follow?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Obviously.
Okay.
That's what we're here for.
No, we're just gonna hang out in the church. And
Yeah,
just
we're gonna go
Food all
to church.
I always have to ask. As you start walking down the main chamber towards the doors, following Cleo, to your surprise, Edward, one of the beggars that has been kind of, lurking along the sides of this room, reaches out and grabs your arm with a firm grip as you pass by.
I will yank that shit away. Let's see.
Don't you fucking touch me.
I draw a hand actually really quickly.
Wait, which arm did he grab? Left or right?
Your right hand.
Okay. Yeah, because the left one has like a burn mark around the wrist, and yeah. Okay, never mind. So yeah, right. Grab the right hand.
Yeah. So as you yank, you kind of hear this creak as you note that this person who had just grabbed you, an elven man, now that you look at him, is in a wheelchair.
I sheathe my hand axe again.
Jeez, a little overboard there, Hofer, huh?
Well, you could never be too careful.
You're right, he could have ran me down. Okay.
Exactly.
With his wheels?
Hey, he might have a way of propulsion behind him. You never know. Excuse me. Yeah, I need the arm. I need the whole thing back.
He kind of as he looks at you, these very clear eyes for what looks like to be his age. And as he speaks, there's a strange smell on him, like a blend of herbs and chemicals. He says, "You are a strong one, are you not? Take care of your body, master, take care. Bodies are temples after all."
I think he can't see either. He probably meant to grab you, Hofer. He said something about strong. I don't.
If you say so.
Yeah. Sure. My body, it's a temple or a broken down cathedral, depending on how you look at it.
He grins at that as he lets go of you and says, "Well, you see, this is what happens to temples when they are not cared for." Kind of gesturing towards this cathedral. "Yes, indeed." And he kind of laughs a little to himself. It's a little sing-song, soft and eerie laughter as he takes his wheelchair and turns himself around, his chair creaking with every turn of the rickety wheels as he heads deeper into the shadows of this chamber.
Yes, that's what I've been waiting for. Creepy elderly man to come out of nowhere. Well, Hofer.
Let's continue.
This was coming. Let's get away from that.
Yes, please.
And as you exit out of the cathedral, meeting Cleo at the entrance, let's resolve some wild magic searches, as we have reached over 10 retweets.
Huzzah.
And so, again, we are pulling from the community-made wild magic list. So with every 10 retweets, we get a wild magic surge that happens to a random player here in our lovely group. So I am going to roll a 1d4, with 1 being Edward, 2 being Cookie, 3 being Gemma, and 4 being Yofa. And I also believe there were 2 other wild magic surges for Yofa that have been
God damn it!
So
It's not my day today, apparently.
So, Yofer, please roll 3 wild magic surges. What number is that now?
400 something, I know. But I'm not sure.
486. So
86,
roll
damn, son.
1d 486.
Så ser vi.
Do that 3 times. Yes, if you would like to add to our community Wild Magic Surge list, hit up our Discord, where we're always taking in new suggestions.
There you go.
All right. Oh, I will get the behind the screen Scrat to tell me what those numbers are. What they...
He's lurking somewhere.
Yeah. They're noted down, all 486 of them somewhere.
Just a long sheet of paper. The old fax papers.
Okay, this cool. 73 will probably not come into play, so you're fine.
Okay.
Just maybe don't
Dodge
go.
that bullets.
Okay. Oh, okay. Again, I don't think this will come into play, but I'm noting it down anyways.
Got a
Okay.
bad feeling.
So, what would all that mean?
While
Oh, okay. So,
research, stupid stuff happens. Potentially.
yeah, so this is stuff that will happen in the game if it comes into play. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I like a re-roll on that final one because that final one was a random living being within 50 feet gains 1d4 heads, each replacing a limb. And I was like, I don't. Let's see how it's gonna work. 414.
I can picture the wheelchair guy coming back out after it. Now
like a
for him.
hydra.
Yeah.
With wheels.
Somehow moving. Yeah, perhaps okay, perhaps you are just so distracted by this strange instance of this man. Yofer, you trip.
Okay. Damn
And as you-
invisible turtle.
Yeah, as you look down as to what you could have tripped over, you don't see anything.
I'll trip over and land on my belly or back, or do I just trip? So to
You
speak,
catch yourself.
Okay.
You
yeah.
catch yourself, but
What the hell? I will disappear.
Must have been a rock.
Potentially.
Sometimes you get over a trip, then you found good.
okay.
Wow, you managed to make it through that with.
With grace.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, let's hope first back on his feet sturdily, then we'll continue on.
Let's.
Cleo will lead the way as you go into the cemetery, but further in, behind the cathedral. The darkness of the night, briefly lit up by lightning from a distant storm rolling in.
I do
any of you
scout
have-
the area.
Do any of you have night vision?
Nope.
I do.
I'm a lousy human.
I'm a human, but
Not enough carrots.
120 feet.
Oh, damn.
Very nice.
Not on this character, on another, yes.
Okay. Cleo does have a lantern, a hooded lantern that he keeps in front of him. All right. As you walk through, you see that currently, as you get to the edge of the cemetery, it's almost like, you know, how cemeteries are kind of, if they're large enough, they get sectioned off.
Yeah.
Well, this seems to be this edge of the cemetery ends with a gate that leads out into another section. And there are currently 3 guards standing. Very, you can see, Edward, that they are very tired looking. They're not paying attention towards the direction you guys are coming from. And they're about 80 feet away and haven't seemed to notice you yet.
Though, kind sir, are we planning on going through that, or do you know a way around?
He just says they're in the middle of changing the guard. A few minutes are going to be our best chance if we want to get to Smuggler's Run quickly. However, we go through, deal with them. It'll have to be quickly and decisively.
Can I take a eye for detail perception check to try to find a hidden creature object area? So basically, like an alternate
Okay.
way around.
Yep.
Let's see here. 23.
Okay. Again, the cemetery isn't super well kept. There seems to be kind of a gap between some of the bars a little further down, basically this border, which you think you could try to sneak through. You'd have to be very quiet and stealthy, but you think you could do it.
Yes, I don't think that they really have anything to do with our cause, and I'd really hate to kill people that aren't screaming, murder them all. Maybe we could try over here. I'm gonna like point for the for our guide, Cassius Clay, to over the hole that I see, the gap.
I agree, unless you're for cord. Then
Yeah, there's really no sense in shedding blood here.
Well, unnecessary killing is simply put unnecessary.
Absolutely.
I agree if you don't follow cord.
And killing could also imply screaming, and screaming could allure more guards.
I agree, but cord, he loves strength, conflict, and all that, so he may be for it. So as long as none of us follow him, I think we're good.
Yeah. We don't need all that.
Look over at Gemma, and she's being quiet.
We don't need to murder them, right?
Did we drop him?
Uh-oh, we might have lost her.
Camera's out of noise.
My camera seems to have gone out. No,
Yep.
we don't need to murder them.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure. You were quiet. I didn't know if you were opposed to the non-murdering plan or not. Okay, excellent.
Okay. Cleo will kind of nod and say, well, I trust your judgment on that. Right.
Satch is back. Hopefully.
Be quiet. And
Oh, go ahead, dear. I'm sorry.
all right. And he'll just he'll kind of flick off the lantern just as another illumination from lightning rolls in.
Damn.
Technical issues. Yeah, I she's having technical issues. I got kids coming home from school, and I'll go. Oh,
Very busy time.
No worries. Okay.
But we should up anyways, that's good.
Yes.
So, can everyone roll me stealth checks?
That's a 7 for me.
That's a 9. Our Jesus has forsaken me.
That's D20 plus 2 for me, right?
It should be a +3 if you're, or however high your dex is.
Because dexterity is 18, right?
Oh yeah, dexterity is 18, so
Yes.
+4.
Yeah, so
So
plus
d20 +4.
Gemma, I don't understand why you carry around that bag of empty cans. I don't. Still trying to figure it out. It's very loud.
Oh, Iron Jesus. Uh,
Look, they're precious to me. I need them. Don't question my hobbies.
Don't
no,
question him.
no.
Don't question a mage as well.
Hey, hey, a tool for now is a tool for later. Eh?
yeah. Roll 20 is still processing that roll, I guess. Did you roll that, Cookie?
I forgot to
there
hit
we
the
go.
space.
Got it. 23.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, two succeeds on self, anyways.
Two really good successes.
Yeah.
So,
So did I
Edward.
fail?
no. Edward, you very easily slip into quiet mode. Slipping through the shadows and following what should be a very conspicuous Cleo, considering he is dressed all in white. However, she also seems to be avoiding notice. Cookie, you also managed to sneak your way, following behind. As you guys duck through the exit out of this part of the cemetery and reach again that gap into the next part. Yofer, one of your axes kind of clangs off of the metal bars.
Yeah.
And
Shh.
Don't be
the guards
suspicious.
turn that way.
I grab the pole so it doesn't vibrate as much, hopefully. Trying to dampen the sound.
Don't be suspicious.
Have a distraction.
They're crying out that. Wouldn't that be suspicious?
Somebody throw a live pigeon into the air quickly.
I don't know. It's what humans do.
Here, call. Who's there?
Hey, Cookie, can you fly into the air and make them chase you one way, and then once you've ditched them, fly back?
Maybe if I had a whole lot more health, yes.
Oh,
But-
that's-
The fact is like right now, I'd probably be killed if I tried that.
didn't you rest up at the cathedral?
Yeah, but I don't have a whole lot of health. Now, if you get into an army or guards, because it's not just one guard. It's 3 guards, then 5 guards, and all of them coming at you. You know, with those arrows right in there, one after the other. Like, I've only seen one person get by when shot by an arrows of an army. They only had 1 health after, and they started out with 28.
Wow. So that's like a guessing on a scale of 1 to 28. Okay, very fair. Let's just run. then.
I got about 14.
Yeah, the guards are starting to approach now, wanting to investigate the now conversation they hear.
Shall we run, maybe?
Yes, run.
I start to run. I don't need to care about others.
And but
Yeah.
Yeah. Pulling Edward with me, of course.
all right,
Let's follow the Edward blurring shape.
yeah. You catch sight of again the all in white Clail, who has started now realizing that you have been spotted running into this next section of the cemetery. and all of you follow suit. As he's kind of even with the as all of you are running to follow him, you kind of struggle to keep up with him, as he seems to be following a path that none of the rest of you see. But you just keep an eye on the glimpses of white.
I know this is a history of the Earth.
Pardon?
Because can I do a history roll to see if like that's the history of this Earth he's following?
If you can't see in the dark.
Okay.
So
I tried.
And as you all book it, you manage to keep enough of a pace with him that when he suddenly stops, all of you kind of almost collide into him.
No! Oh, sorry.
Quiet down.
Sorry.
Keep running. Keep going. Why are we stopping?
Well, our guide stopped, so we stopped.
Yeah, and you're all standing in front of what looks like to be a crypt of some form. Very unadorned.
Very
Except
basic.
for a stone statue of a man.
So is the plan to go into the crypt?
I don't think that's a good idea. Usually, crypts that haven't been gone into have monsters and such.
This is the entrance to Smuggler's Run. He's
Well, we got no choice.
he reaches out to grip the clenched fist of the statue, and he pushes down on it. And after a few moments, the door to the crypt slides open. You see a cloud of dust kind of poof into the air. Turns. Time is running out. They should be on here
In we go.
at any point.
Well, let's head in then.
Yeah, let's take your big white robe and get in there. Come on.
He shakes its head.
You're not gonna lead us anymore? Is this your stop?
In a matter of speaking, yes.
So is the smugglers, whatever you call it, lit, or do we need some kind of torch?
You will
Is
find
this
it best to
time
have.
for your inevitable betrayal?
You will find it best to have your own light source in there.
Can I insight check him? Because something feels shady.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean,
Yeah.
aside from the whole thing feeling shady, but something in particular about this feels shady.
Even more shady.
Yeah, no.
It's hard to read.
No, hard to read. No.
I'm gonna look
Yeah.
over.
And
RNG
again,
says no.
it's also it's dark
dark.
outside.
Yeah.
Not a lot of light to read.
I look over at Gemma studying him.
Notice how he said, in a matter of speaking. Just say. Let's go, though.
I don't have time to.
Yeah.
Let's head in,
Yeah, we.
See ya, dude.
my lord.
The
I'm
passageway will take you straight to Arkenbury Forest. If you wish to find the crows, you'll have a good start there.
Okay. And Cookie just goes in there.
Nods.
Do people have torches, or I'm not even sure what Explorer Pack includes.
Explorer Pack has 10 torches.
I will light one of them torches.
All right. And as you guys duck into the crypt, and you can see this empty, or rather a hole in the floor of it, presumably where you have to head down. Nods his head once more and says, "May we meet again under different circumstances," as he shuts the door of the crypt.
Yes.
Yes.
We're in here now. This is happening. Good.
Cookie uses one of the matches from her tinderbox to light an incense. So there's like a light little, because it'd be a small light source that'd be enough for around her, while at least smelling decent.
Yeah, it would be like
Yeah.
very much around you. You wouldn't.
Hopefully this helps repel. Yeah. Like, Cookie's goal is just like to have some resistance against some.
Good lagging, dude.
Breaking up there.
Should someone carry the lantern? Does anybody want to carry the lantern?
I did light my torch, so I'm gonna have a torch in one hand and the axe in the other one, and then pressing on.
Someone at the front with a torch and someone at the back with a torch.
I will be in front. I can tell you that.
Okay. Cool. So,
And I would assume Edward is right behind me.
Yes, very much
I would
right
agree.
behind.
all right.
Go right after Edward.
Did we lose someone?
No?
Okay.
Okay. So, as you do you climb down into the passageway?
Certainly can't
Oh,
sit
wow.
up here all.
I thought we already went in.
All right. As you go down, you climb down the ladders, and even down here, it's just kind of musty, as if nobody had really been in here for a while. You know, as you think to yourself that there's very dim torchlight that burns from farther down within this passageway.
Hmm.
Well, when we are closing into it, I will slow down and be cautious about it,
Yes, we're not
As-
alone.
making sure it's not a trap or something.
You can investigate for traps if you would like. Or you can...
Well, I can investigate. 8.
14.
I meant more like an ambush more than a
Yeah.
literal
Yeah.
trap.
You don't see anything trapped down here again. It seems just to be a passageway. And you find yourself right at the entrance of some stairs that leads even further down.
Heading down.
As you head down these set of very, very old stairs, which seem to be carved from the ground itself, you find yourself in a small chamber that's supported by a single column. And as you kind of, peek around into it, you see that a figure wrapped in what looked like to be black tarp has been tied to this column. And it seems whatever figure is still alive, as there are moans and shaking from within, perhaps having heard your approach.
So the person is still alive?
Hmm.
Seems like it.
Shit. Let's cut them out. Cut them.
Are we sure you want to cut them out? I'm guessing it's tied down for some reason.
Yeah.
And not our reason.
Let's make sure first.
Sure, yeah. Hello there, prisoner.
Person.
Sex-driven, crazy, Google, whatever you are.
Again, there's kind of these muffled sounds.
No matter what we do, this is ending bad. I can just see it now. For
Yeah,
real.
I got a bad feeling about this one.
I won't.
Cut him down.
I could do a religion check here first.
What would religion do you good in these moments?
Figure out why. Again, I'm just trying here. Eh?
Cookie, if you want to if you want to use your sharp, finely manicured fingernails to cut this person down.
I'm gonna check. I'm just gonna do a religion check before.
You said he was hooded, right?
This person, whatever figure is tied to this column, is covered in a tarp. You can't even see them.
Okay.
Can we maybe take the tarp off
Can we
first?
take the top off? Yeah, exactly. I'm tying it. It might be drastic.
Yes. You see, as you pull it off, you see a very gaunt-looking man. There is, seems to be middle-aged human, and you can see across his bare chest several wounds, many of them fresh, some of them maybe a day or two old. And you can tell he's been gagged as well, as his eyes widen as you pull this tarp off of him.
I remove the gag then.
Did my religion check not do anything?
This is very far removed from any form of religion in here. There doesn't seem to be a religious setup.
Magical shit, y'all.
There's a lack of religion in this, whatever's happening here.
Straight up torture. We're just gonna good old fashioned torture. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Another day in Ostwald.
so you removed the gag.
Yeah.
Now, so we
But
know
keep
it's
them
not that.
tied. Keep them tied.
We know it's not that god that the ball gag and the false teeth. Remember, it's not the god of ball gags and false teeth at work here. It's a regular gag, thankfully. So we're right. It's not religious. Go ahead and speak, please.
This man, it appears that he kind of needs to work his jaw a little bit, as he just kind of manages to croak out a should hide.
Should hide.
Hide from what exactly?
Cookie hides behind any pillar, whatever. Just tries to hide. If the only thing is behind the guy that has a pillar, that's what Cookie hides behind.
You can see, again, this pillar kind of stands in the center of this small room. There is another side of this room that you haven't stepped into yet.
Cookie kind of rushes over there, looking to see if there's anything to hide behind.
Okay. There seems to be a few barrels.
Do a barrel roll.
Hofer, you know that's not going to work. All 87 times you've tried that, it never works. You just don't.
It worked one time.
Well, I didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
Well, you weren't there then.
Oh.
God damn it.
Fair enough. Some other time.
Trust me.
Let's
It
hide.
worked.
I want to. Yeah.
I guess I'll hide behind something.
Okay.
Cookie's hidden behind one of those
Yeah.
barrels.
Not 20. Edward disappears somewhere.
How would I be able to protect you if I can't see you?
I'm right underneath your feet, man. Just
The power
look down.
Odin.
Look down.
Strength.
I'm cowering behind your ankles in a ball.
Edward is that meme of the cat on the stairs hiding, blending in.
Yeah.
So what exactly were you hiding from? I'm not entirely sure.
Not sure.
We don't know. He just said hide.
Yeah, I'm not hiding them.
I'm not hiding
So
either.
what exactly are we hiding from? I was asking the man
Yeah.
tied to the pole, or not pole, whatever.
Yeah, tied to the pillar.
I'm
I'm
guessing
gonna,
Cookie is bigger than the actual barrel, so she
Yeah.
thinks she's hidden behind it, but nothing at all.
Cookie, being right by, the other side of the room where there's another door. The door opens, and a very, very thin woman has appeared, slowly moving towards the pillar.
I'm backing up.
Yeah. She is entirely naked, perhaps, except for this masquerade mask that she wears. And to your revulsion, it's almost as if all of the skin from the top of her arms down had been flayed off. And yet she still walks. As if it was just a regular thing.
Just normal Wednesday.
Tis a flesh wound.
But the play.
Cookie is
Literally.
just gonna be trying to be as quiet as possible, but odds are, like, as she's staying there, this is a nat 1, the barrel itself is shaking along with her.
Yeah. Her head definitely kind of, does that tilt of like, knows that you're there, but her focus is still on the pillar and the man is there.
So where did she appear? On the edge of the room, or?
The other end of the room, yeah.
got my crossbow up. If she tries anything against us, I'm gonna shoot.
She notes all of you as well. Well, rather, she notes Yofer, who hasn't bothered to hide. And doesn't do or say anything to you. As she turns towards the man tied to the pillar. And she pulls out what looks like to be perhaps, I guess, what's it called?
Spoon.
God damn it,
A
Kyle.
spork?
It was either that or lawn gnome. That was the first two
Blister's
things.
butter knife.
Trident.
No, Cat o' Nine Tails.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Whip?
Yeah,
Pokemon.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, essentially, except at the ends of all of them is
Little barbs.
sharpened metal.
Is it called 9 tips? I'm not sure.
Something like that.
Yeah, well, it's a whip with 9 whips.
Yep, with sharp, pointy things at the ends of it.
It hurts.
And she just starts viciously attacking this man.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, he's not having it.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I'm gonna be quiet and let them handle this.
But if Gemma's gonna react, I'm gonna
He's going.
let her do it first.
Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away.
Let's see. She's gonna cast chill touch on the woman.
Okay. All right.
19.
Yup.
All right. 11 necrotic damage. She's not undead, is she?
No, she is not.
Okay. She can't regain any hit points and can't take any. No, that's shocking grasp. Yeah, can't regain any hit points.
And you get the disadvantage to roots against you.
All right.
I'll take next one.
If she was undead.
I was on that. Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
do that much.
Yeah, she's not undead.
Yep.
Awesome.
Does she take any effect from that? Do I see her being hit?
Yep, you see her being hit, and she like pauses before turning towards you. You think you can get in another action, Yofer, before she does anything.
That was my plan. Battle axe. And that's 12.
Yeah, she's not wearing any armor, clearly.
Or underwear.
Or
Or just
Or
plain old
anything,
clothing.
Or
really.
anything, except a mask. I guess it hits then. That would be the damage would be plus 7 is 11 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you sink your weapon into her as she just crumples to the ground.
She's down, or
She's down. You don't know if she's dead.
I could rather.
Yeah, she's yeah, you can do that. She's
Double tap.
she's twitching.
But that's normal. It happens then now and then. They're dead, but they don't not know it yet.
All right.
Returning back to
Hit again.
So what was that?
The man kind of shakes his head for a moment as if to clear it from the pain. A plague hound.
Hound looks like a woman to me.
It is a lot to explain.
No.
If you could let me down, I was trapped here. By
So how long have you been here for, and why have you been here? And why are you here, rather? Before I cut you down, I'm not sure if I can trust you.
He kind of nods.
Cookie
under-
just like readies.
kind of nods in understanding. I am the crow of the deep. I
The
have
crow.
yes.
Let him speak.
Huh? One of the murder crows?
A division of them, yes. I was trapped here by the pale shadow of Oswald. I don't know how long I have been here.
Can you tell me for certain if you guys are... Can you tell me if you guys actually are looking for a cook, or have I just wasted my time?
I do not know what the main murder wants. However, if you can let me down, I need to report back, and I can get you there.
Cookie just readies a talon, goes up, and cuts him free.
I'll do an insight check first, please.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I can't roll today, apparently. Insight is 5 then. I can't read
Seems
people.
legit.
It's dark.
Too much dust.
Okay. Yeah. Cookie just easily cuts him down, and he kind of collapses onto the ground.
I pick him up.
Slowly gets up. Thank you. We should.
Well, we can't have you tied up here, now, can you? Seems rude.
Thank
Why
you.
don't you untie him and let's just go. He can find his way out. The exit's right up there.
Well, we are heading that way. I think he should be coming with us, or rather. He's not
He
looking
can-
that well.
Yeah, but he can head back towards Oswald. The guards will take him back and they'll make sure he heals up. I don't.
How do you know if he wants to be
Well-
with the gods?
He could lead us out.
Nods.
Or could kill us whenever we turn our back.
Kind
You
of
assume I will turn my back? How rude.
Oh no, I don't mean so. No. You're very good. No, please.
He kind of raises his hands, clearly unarmed.
Exactly. So on the out as well, so I don't think it's going to be a problem.
It's true.
And he's wounded and weak. What do you take me for?
fair. If you want to babysit him, that's fine. We just need to go.
Well, at least out from here.
I don't.
We are heading to the other end of the. Well, we continue our journey. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Kinda nods.
let's get out. Let's get out.
If you're headed towards Alconbury Forest, I can show you the way.
Excellent. That's exactly where we are heading,
And he
for
kind of
various reasons, I guess.
shakes himself out a bit, walks over to one of the barrels and reaches in, pulling out a coat, assumably his, as he pulls it on.
Does it fit? Is this?
Yeah, it does fit him.
If it was her coat, it would be sleeveless.
Are you sure?
Sweater vest.
Sweater vest.
Cookie kind
Well, either way,
of
then.
wraps a wing around the guy so that way he's not too cold. So that way, kind of like just walking with.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let Cookie keep him warm, and they can guide us through Death Maze underground. Yeah, see, Hofil? See? We'll just sit back. We'll walk back here, and Cookie's got him, and he's got us.
I got you all. Don't worry.
If I die, you make a good meal out of me. You promise?
I'm not gonna eat you.
No, I can't do that. Nope.
You don't eat.
What?
You don't eat.
I got
people.
good meat.
All right, let's get out of here.
Well-
please.
People that can talk, you don't eat. That's a simple rule.
I said when I die.
Well,
I
yes.
feel like we're
You do
gonna
speak,
die
don't you?
here. Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah, that's why. Like I just don't want to be a waste.
Well, let's not waste and let's push. Kind of tap the guy on the shoulder. Are you going? You leading us?
Lead the way, boy.
Come on.
And he will start leading the way through the passageway, through the door that this plague hound had passed through. The underground trek is dark and wet, dripping sewage everywhere, damp and gross. There are kind of sounds that you'll hear sometimes. Perhaps there was just a drip, or perhaps there was something approaching. Was that a whisper, or was that just the wind?
We will never know.
Let's help the wind and move forward. Get out.
We are moving forward, aren't you?
Yep, you are moving forward.
Yes. I'm just anxious and scared. I feel like I'm gonna die down here. Eh?
Well, stay close and you won't.
As you wind through the tunnels, for what seems like hours. The crow of the deep leading the way. You step into what looks like a chamber, a mass grave.
Fresh or very old?
Pretty fresh, as the corpses that you spot still have flesh onto their bones. Doctor, even without investigation, all of these corpses seem to bear the signs of plague victims. Blood tracks down their mouths, down their eyes, every orifice that you can see. Having clearly wasted away. Just this pile of carcasses.
Cover your mouths and move quickly.
I'm shielding my axe so I can cover my mouth. And then start to move quickly.
This is disgusting.
See? This is what I mean by waste. All pile. Huh? I get they're bad, but it's a pile. They're waste. If I die, you make sure I don't end up like them.
Cookie, you're breathing in plague. Just letting you know. Cover in your mouth.
I'm walking fast, whether they are or not. I'm walking
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, Gemma's pulling part of her cloak over her face and let's go.
Yeah. Even as you cover your face, it doesn't protect you from the smell of rot. from
Cookie is
the-
just roughly has one of her wings in her mouth.
Yeah. The smell of rot from this huge pile of deceased men, women, children, it's overwhelming. But as you have to kind of step on these bodies, to feel the crunch of bone under your feet. It's a little shift of flesh. You find yourselves, as you exit out of this room, at the end of what you assume is Smuggler's Run. There's a simple but heavy metal portcullis at the end that blocks the way out into the natural light beyond, which you can see it's just starting to break dawn. You must have been down and navigating for quite some time.
So can we push them open?
The gate doesn't seem to have any sort of locking mechanism, so
Let me
But if
rephrase
you-
that. I will try to push it open.
as you start to push, there's almost all of you, especially you, Doctor and Gemma, feel something shift in the air almost. As you look back, what can only be described as a congregation of corpses behind you, that as you look behind and you see them, they are moving. The dead things you have just climbed over begin to squirm and rise like a single organism.
I push harder.
I would like you to make me an athletics check to push this open.
That's a nat 1 for you.
Oh god, we're dead.
I dropped the door, I guess.
And out of this writhing mass, you see a few of them stand up. One of them is wearing a mask similar to the plague hound that you saw before. And with a voice that says, "More warm, fleshy parts for the heartless man. Blessed be the plagued." And the writhing mass behind him answers in this chorus of, "Blessed be the plague."
That's
What would you
disgusting.
guys like to do?
But what
Applaud
happens?
them.
Do I drop the door or what happens?
Somebody else,
Yeah, you
please
dropped the
try to
door.
open that
Yeah.
door. Please, 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 please.
I will try to open it again, I guess.
They
I
are
guess I
quickly
slipped on a
advancing.
corpse, I guess.
Cookie, can you help him open the door?
I need one more security, please. It's a heavy door, damn it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to check again.
Cookie does that, kind of like just rushing towards. So I'm guessing an athletic check for me as well. So that would be 1d20 plus 4.
Okay.
18 for me.
Very nice.
18 for
Very nice.
Cookie as well.
You guys start to pry open this door. And even with both of you and with an 18, it is still slow going as it's a solid iron that hasn't been opened in a long time. However, there is now a
I am
gap
a strong bird!
starting to open that you can slip, that people can start slipping through.
Edward, Gemma, slip through here.
Come on, come on, come on!
I'll crawl underneath.
Gemma, can you blow them up again? The boom. Can you do that to buy them time to get through?
How well with? Hold on one sec. Let me double check something about the spell. Because it's a 10-foot
Cookie
radius,
is just
but
getting
there's
as
also a
close.
range to it. So let
Yeah.
me check.
The Crow of the Deep
Yeah.
will
Cookie tries to get as away from her.
still holding the portcullis.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Shatter. It has a range of 60 feet, so I'm
Very
gonna make the origin point somewhere in the middle of that writhing mass.
Cool.
Okay.
I believe in
And
you.
Why not? I'm gonna upcast it too and cast it at a 3rd level.
Very nice.
Does it increase the radius or more the damage?
Just the damage, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Phew.
And they have to
Okay.
make a DC 15.
Okay, well, the writhing mass is literally a writhing mass, so they're gonna make one
Oh,
save themselves, which is not. This is just straight up D20 there. They've still rolled a 19. Good job, writhing mass.
So it's a total of 20 damage, so they would take half.
And the plague hounds. One of them does okay. The other two do not.
Wow.
As this kind of rolling, shattering thunder damage just echoes through this chamber.
Damn, that's loud.
And the writhing mass kind of wails and moans and groans as this shatter ripples through them. One of the plague hounds manages to kind of stay on his feet, as the other two kind of have to hold their heads.
Can I be looking for investigating, looking for something on this side of the portcullis to prop up underneath it so that it stays open long enough for them to get through?
Yeah. Make
Okay.
a quick investigation check. As the writhing mass has paused for a moment before picking up the chorus again. With a 21, yes, you spot a piece of dead wood.
Oh,
You
yes.
think that you could?
Arms are so thin. It's Hofer, go a little higher and then underneath.
Michael, climb through. Not Michael. Cookie, climb through.
Okay. Cookie comes through, following you guys.
And I'm the last one, right? Can I slip through as well? Or is
Yeah.
it? Yep, I will do that then.
Yeah, and the Crow of the Deep also
It-
follows.
Is the door open with the piece of wood or not?
It is right now.
Then I will yank that piece of wood out.
Gemma, are you out?
Yeah, yeah.
I-
Before he pulls that out, I'm under that door and out.
Yeah, being the last person, you can feel a hand try to grab at your feet. Manage to yank it away.
It's a
Can I
lady.
climb the hand in the door, please?
Yeah, you yank that piece of wood out, and the portcullis just down.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to stay here too long, so let's continue, please.
Yes, let's run quickly.
Yes, make haste.
Can Cookie just slash at the hand with a talon just to make sure like it's cut in half?
You can. I will warn you that there are many other hands joining it, and you
Probably-
risk getting grabbed yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I closed the door.
Okay. Because Cookie's idea is it's through, cut it away, and run away. Cut it in half so that it's not going to hurt us.
Oh, there is a portcullis now in the way.
Yeah, Cookie, they're plagued. I wouldn't recommend that. You gotta catch the bug.
Okay, then let's go.
Start running.
Yeah.
please.
Yes.
Super run.
Run.
You turn and you run, and in only a few moments' times, you find yourself in front of what can only be the Arkenberry Forest. Tall, looming trees. A promise of perhaps sanctuary on the other side of it. You have escaped for now. As you stand before the forest. And that is where we're going to have to leave today's adventure.
God dang it.
Oh man, that was
Ah,
fun.
yes.
Awesome. All right, so let's go around and we'll go talk to the players again. This is your chance to tell everybody where to find you on the internet and who you are and your favorite part of this little one shot. So let's start off with Edmund. Hello, Ed.
Hello. I don't exist on it technically. I do have a Twitter account, but it's mainly just to talk to Scratch so I can play in these games.
Best use of Twitter, though.
Yes, I think so. The best part of the, I would say the role playing in general was really, really good. And I thought it wasn't you that typed, Gemma, that you wanted to have me and Edward play more. Yes, us two.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's a high praise. Then.
Yeah, good partnership.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Next up, Sheena. Hello.
Hello. I am Sheena, likes the villain on Twitch and Twitter. Probably my favorite part, like Edmund said, it was Edward and Yofer. Anytime those two started interacting was just amazing, and probably one of the best parts, not related to necessarily the session, but player knowing exactly what the heck's coming at us because I listen to Turncloaks, but Gemma not knowing, that was awesome. So as far as where else you can find me, I am playing some more D&D tonight over on the Castle Mac channel. We are the Macalite group that plays every other Wednesday. My group is the one doing the Into the Borderlands adventure set in Greyhawk, which is so much fun. And if you want to see me play someone who's probably a lot more friendlier and not as terse with people, check us out tonight at 7:30 EST. And then I will be back here on Scraticus's channel tomorrow night at 10 p.m. EST for Ryutama, which is some wonderful anime TTRPG BS.
I want a link to that so I can watch. Like VOD or whatever, because that sounds interesting.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
again, You too. Best way to catch up on those games. Awesome. Next up, Michael. Hello.
Hello, I'm Michael Wayne on Twitter, Mong Bedlam on Tumblr. Roughly, I'm just kind of looking for people to play with. Like, you got a game, I'm up for it. Currently, I'm with Rolls to Ascend, which I believe is every other Wednesday. I could be getting the dates, but I play Biddy, which is roughly Grendel from Gravity Falls, who is roughly a knight with kind of like a club and a shield, trying to just try to exist. But she's much of a bully, so it's a lot of fun, and that's with Rolls to Ascend, and they have YouTube and all that, so. Again, like I'm pretty much new to kind of like this kind of stuff. I've been wanting to play for a good while, so I'm enjoying this.
Awesome. Great. And last but not least, we have a reoccurring cast member, Kyle, Sir Starward. Hello.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thanks. I finally got to play with you guys, and yes, thank you very much. Had a great time. I don't know if I know one specific part. I did enjoy us kind of veering towards the cathedral. It kind of left that maybe something really awful is going to happen here, or maybe something really good. So, had no clue. It could go either way. And the creepy guy in the wheelchair, it was, he's my spirit animal. So, yeah, just a great time. Always a great time. As far as me, I have a Twitch channel, Stalwart Initiative, and we do games usually twice a week, one in the morning EST and one at night EST, and got those coming up Friday morning and Saturday night at 10 respectively. And other than that, yeah, I try to be here every week for your One Shot Wonders. Love it. Look forward to it every week. And yes, just thank you so much for having me. And it's a wonderful community, and I always love coming here.
Awesome. Thank you. And I guess that kind of just leaves me. Hello, I am Kiana, and I was your dungeon master for today. I am the person who runs One Shot Wonders, which is, again, a weekly series where every month we explore a new setting. And we are exploring the Blood Plague, the world of Penumbra, created by Encounter Roleplay, and the module written by Jonathan Fry, a friend of the channel. It's been an interesting challenge taking this short campaign and turning it into a series of interconnected one-shots where it's going to be very interesting to see how a good doctor gets through the world and, hopefully survives. But yes, so you guys find me over on Twitter at KenS. Best way to figure out what I am doing, because I am all over the internet playing role-playing games literally almost every day of the week. I'm not kidding, guys. I'm at like 7 games a week. So it's super fun. It's all fun stuff. Yeah,
Not a problem. It's not a problem. Kiana can stop whenever she wants.
I don't have a problem at all. What are you talking about? Okay.
You're just really good at it.
And so we'll be continuing on in Penumbra next week. And as a little teaser, I'll give you this. Good doctor, as you have finished running, you feel a little out of breath. You cough a bit. Huh. You didn't think that you had a cold before. So.
The dust, of course.
It's just the dust.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And, of course, this just leaves all the Academy stuff. If you are new to here, hello, welcome to the Sgraticus Academy, which is a lovely community filled with people who have been playing for forever and playing for just beginning, and we all come together to share our loves of tabletop role-playing games. We have a game pretty much every weekday. more than a game, usually 3. So it's super fun stuff. So you should definitely check us out. We have a Discord, which is the best way to connect with everybody. It's a great place. It's also a place where you can suggest wild magic surges and all that fun stuff. Get tips and advice. Really friendly and welcoming place. We also have a Twitter, which is the best way to figure out if you want to get into a game like this. Hit us up over on Twitter, Scoticus Academy, and we'll get you into a game. YouTube is, of course, the best way to find out to catch up on previous games. So you can definitely find all of our past games over there. And of course, we are now full time. So any way that you can support us is really awesome. Again, Patreon, one of the best ways to support us. For a little over $1 a month, you get some really awesome exclusive content every month. And we do have merch. So if you'd like to have that lovely Scoticus Academy logo in your everyday life, definitely check out the merch store. And of course, a big thank you to our sponsors, Bird in the Storm Publishing, links in the chat now, which are publishing some really awesome modules, which will hopefully be featured on the channel very soon. And also Mage-Hand Press, another group of wonderful people who publish super awesome supplements. And you can see the Dark Matter system on this channel here on Thursdays during Argo 37. Yes, we are going to be rating Encounter Roleplay, another great role-playing community. So make sure to stick around, put some Scrat hype in the chat, or otherwise our little rating cheer for today to give them some love and everything. And yes, I believe that is it. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Again, One Shot Wonders would not be so wonderful as it is with these types of players and with this community. So hope you tune in for the rest. Hope you tune in for the rest of the Blood Plague, and keep evoking emotions, everyone. We'll catch you later.
Thanks, Fiona.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.